Tonight in It's the Law, we're talking about last week's confrontation in Gordon, where Mayor Mary-Ann Whipple Lue almost got herself arrested, interrupting an officer during a traffic stop. Now here's a look at some of the video from the officer's body camera.
Now, I'm the mayor, so get this car out of my way so I can get out of the way.
I'm not going to ask you again to go back to your vehicle.
I'm not going to ask you to get out my way.
Let me tend to my business.
Me?
I will arrest you for obstruction.
You will not arrest me.
Oh, yes, ma'am, I will.
Okay,
please go back to your vehicle.
You got some nerve.
All right, let's bring on our legal expert, Jay Davis, to talk more about this incident. Jay, is there ever a time?
Well, you got to love Mayor Whipple Lue. I mean, come on. You either love her or you hate her. People are despising her and want her out as fast as they can get her, or they're backing her 100%. It's an interesting phenomenon that's going across our country.
So is there ever an opportunity where you can do something like this?
There are opportunities. I'm certainly not suggesting that this is one of those, but there are opportunities. You are legally justified if you're interfering with a police officer doing some sort of illegal activity and you may be protecting someone, which is the case. And we've got a lot of things going on in our country now where a lot of people are picking sides between trying to hold law enforcement accountable and trying to sort of just say, let them do whatever they need to do because there's a presumption by a lot of people that they're just doing their job. But you have to do a little of both. You've got to hold them accountable and let them do their job. So that's where the real difference needs to be addressed in our country, I believe.
In your opinion, should she have been arrested for something like this?
In this case, probably not. This was probably a trespass on her property. The person that was stopped over rather than pulling over to the side of the thing. My understanding is she came out of her home to try to figure out what was going on and then realized it was an ongoing stop. And she does have authority over the police officer, over the police department, but not authority to interrupt an actual ongoing investigation to deal with their day-to-day investigations. So it was kind of an interesting scenario, exactly what right she did have, and she was, initially trying to find out what was going on her property, which she probably had a right to do. When she realized what was going on, she probably should have backed out. What all happened in the middle of that exchange is probably what created the problem.
So say if I were just a regular homeowner who wasn't a mayor or had an elected title, what can I do?
If somebody comes onto your property, like the guy that was being pulled over did, and you come out to investigate, you certainly have the right to investigate what's going on your property. If a police officer assures you that he's handling the situation, you should probably back up. If this had not been a DUI, it might have been appropriate for the officer to make the guy, if it was a speeding ticket, for example, might have been appropriate for the officer to have the guy pull forward. If this had already become a DUI situation, the officer should not direct the person to pull forward if they think or suspect that it's a DUI operation. But generally, you can. If your daughter or son's being arrested and you want to investigate as to why, and you have something you could add, you can try. But once you're directed to leave, you need to leave unless there's something inappropriate happening.
All right, Jay. Thanks so much. And as always, if you have any legal questions, you can email us at itsthelaw@41nbc.com, and we'll do our best to answer it right here on the news at 6 when we come back.